The next award that we're giving out is for the Best Activist Organization, and the person that's going to be giving this award out, as my machine over here is going a little bit crazy, but the person that's going to be giving the award out is Chen Mazig of Stand With Us. The here he is. He is the Israeli Education Director for Stand With Us office in Israel. He's a former IDF lieutenant. He's a frequent writer for Times of Israel, as a lot of people here seem to be, and he identifies himself as an Israeli leftist. So please come up, Chen.
Since I'm not winning any award, I wanted to boycott the event. But then a Norwegian doctor confirmed my participation tonight. Yeah, that was my hashtag, and still I'm not winning an award tonight. Anyway, but I won 2 years ago, so that's fine. My name is Chen Mazig, as the elder said. Excited to be here tonight. I think more than anything is to be here with people that are just like you, and you know, I said before, you guys are all, you look like human beings, but on, you know, on Twitter we all are fighting like beasts. So it's great to be here, and it's great to see that there's others that are human beings just like you that are doing it. Been called many names, not only on Twitter, you know, working for Stand With Us. I'm touring North America and Europe, and presenting my story, and I'm hearing a lot of nasty stuff, pinkwasher in chief, you know, Nazi, a lot of things that are pretty bad. And I want to share one story, a quick one, from my article a few years ago that I won a Hasbi Award back then, not in this kind of a ceremony, but it happened in California. I was invited to speak for a Stand With Us event at Sacramento City College, and you know, I have hecklers. Usually I have hecklers in the back of the room every time I'm speaking, and they were calling me killer, killer. Every time I'm saying something, they're calling me a killer. I served for 5 years as an IDF humanitarian officer, helping saving lives, and they're calling me killer. The policeman takes them out, and there's one lady that stays in the room, and she keeps on screaming at me every time I'm saying something, you killer, you killer. And I'm asking the policeman to take her out, and he says, well, I can't because she's a faculty member, so I can't take her out. I'm saying, okay, professor, and you know, I never killed anyone in my life. I once punched my brother, but he deserved that. If you have any question, maybe you should ask it. And she said, yes, I have a question. And she says, how many Palestinians were raped by Israeli soldiers in the last 5 years? And I said, it's a great question, because my unit is counting these cases. In the last 5 years, there was not even one case of sexual harassment reported by Palestinians against Israeli soldiers. And she says, I know it, and I have a research here that shows that your army and your people are so racist that you're not raping the Palestinians because you're disgusted by them, and that's a proof that the Israeli army and the Israeli people are the most racist people on earth. So you see, I had to answer to why don't you rape Palestinians, you racist people. And my answer to her was, how many do you want us to rape to stop being racist? And she turned around and left the room, and then she saw me in the hallway, and she said, oh, you Zionist big professor of gender at the University of California. Yeah, funny. It was very sad, that moment, because that moment I understood that there's nothing we can do that can well, there is a lot we can do to fight it, but some people are so twisted, their mind is so twisted that anything good will turn into a bad thing. You know, you're not raping doesn't mean that you're the most moral army in the world. It means that you're the most racist army in the world. So with that being said, I think that I want to tell all of you how proud I am to stand among giants, and know that, you know, today there's not more noble cause to support than to stand up for the most oppressed minority in the history of mankind. There's no other, you know, we're standing here, and it's awesome, and it's great to live in this country. And many times as an Israeli, growing up in Petah Tikva, Petah Tikva is not a great place, but I know. Sometimes you forget how great this place is. You forget how incredible and a miracle it is that this country is here, but it is. And for my service to the IDF, in the IDF until today, I decided to devote my life to doing that, and I thank you all for doing it as well. This organization is probably one of the most important organizations fighting against misconception and fighting against IDF soldiers that are gone bad, the bad apples. So they decided to do something proactive and actually make a difference, and they do. So who's receiving the award for My Truth? Elchanan Miller. No, sorry. Emmanuel Miller. Okay, so congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Should I shake your hand?
We should. All right, I'll take
There you go.
Okay, thank you for having me here today. Can you hear me? Wonderful. So this is, as I say in Hebrew, Skirat Ma'agal, closing of the circle, because I think one of the first sources I had for Zionism and learning about Hasbara and Israel advocacy was this very blog, Elder of Zion. So it's wonderful to be here with many people I know and many people I want to know, and I'd love to share with you the story of My Truth very briefly, which was about a year ago. The 2014 Protective Edge operation, war, whatever you want to call it, was covered by Breaking the Silence, and the report was full of slanders, half-truths, and blatant manipulations. And one man who founded the organization, called Avichai Shorshan, wrote a Facebook status with his own stories about what happens in the army. And he hashtagged it at the end, Ha'emet Sheli, Hebrew for My Truth. And the post went viral with about 20,000 likes, shares and comments. And it spawned a number of copycat posts from other Israelis who had their own stories to tell. And we quickly realized this isn't just one post, this isn't just one story, these are many stories that need to be heard. And from that, this snowballed, and we formed our own organization. And we are in the midst right now of gathering testimonies from soldiers, not necessarily heartbreaking, not necessarily saying we are the most moral army in the world, but showing the complexity and showing the challenges which Israeli soldiers face, and how your average 18, 19-year-old kid really is thrown into one of the most complicated and media-intensive battlefronts in the world. And what we aim to do is to compile a report with these testimonies and take it to decision makers and audiences around the world, and so that they can understand what it is that we are confronted with. So thank you for your support, and it's wonderful to be here, and I hope we'll be meeting each other again soon.